What's the 20-minute rule? Why new investors should stay close to home. Hi, Mark here. One of the first mistakes I see new investors make is they start looking for property too far away. They'll go online and start searching listings. And before long, they're looking at properties an hour away, 2 hours away, sometimes in a completely different state. Now, I get it. The numbers can look so much more attractive at a distance. As an example, you might see a house for $120,000 in another market and think, well, that looks like a lot better than what I'm seeing around here. Maybe the taxes are lower, or the rent looks strong. The listing photos look decent, and maybe somebody online is talking about how great that area is. But here's the issue. When you're new, distance hides problems. That's why I like what I call the 20-minute rule. For your first rental, especially if you're still learning, try to stay within 20 minutes of home. No, that doesn't mean forever, but just at the beginning. Because when you're new, you need to learn the business with your own eyes. You need to drive the neighborhood at different times of day. I want you to see what the street feels like on a Tuesday morning, or a Friday afternoon or evening, and maybe after dark. You need to understand where people actually want to live. You've got to know which streets are solid, which streets are borderline, and which streets might look fine online but feel very different when you're standing there. You can't learn all that from a listing photo, and you definitely can't learn it from a spreadsheet. Now, understand, I live and breathe the numbers. The numbers matter, but numbers without local judgment will get you into trouble. A house might show great rent on paper, but maybe it sits on a road nobody wants to live on. Maybe parking is terrible. Does the school district change 2 blocks away from where you're looking? Maybe the house backs up to something loud, ugly, unstable, or smelly. The area might seem affordable for a reason. And when you're new, you don't always know what you don't know yet. That's why proximity is your friend. When I was just starting out, I quickly discovered that the more time I spent with my hands on the steering wheel, the less money I made. When the property is close, you can look at it more than once. You can bring a contractor, you can check repairs, you can meet the tenant, or drive by without making a whole day out of it. And just as important, you can build your local team faster. You'll need a lender, insurance agent, a contractor, and a plumber, and an electrician. And did I mention a handyman? Don't forget about a property manager, a real estate agent who understands investment property, and eventually a couple folks you really trust when stuff goes sideways. That's so much easier to build close at home. It doesn't mean you can never invest outside your area. Experienced investors do it all the time. But there's a difference between investing out of your area and because you have a system, a working system, and investing out of area because the numbers look pretty good on the website. That's a very different thing. The beginner mistake is chasing the better looking deal while ignoring the cost of being disconnected from it. You might save $30,000 on the purchase price and lose it later on repairs, vacancy, tenant problems, bad management, or just poor judgment about the area. Your first rental should teach you it should not overwhelm you. That's why I'd rather see a new investor buy a slightly less exciting property closer to home than a perfect property 3 hours away they don't really understand. Close to home, you learn faster. You notice more. You make fewer erroneous assumptions. And you start building real-world instincts. Because owning rental property is not just math. It's people. It's houses, and it's streets. And it's repairs, timing, judgment, and patience. When you're new, the closer you are to the property, the easier it is to learn those lessons without getting buried by them. Here's a simple rule. Before you start searching everywhere, draw a 20-minute circle around where you live. Then study that circle. Learn the rents, the neighborhoods, learn the taxes and what houses are actually selling for. Learn what tenants are willing to pay. The result is you'll find out where you're comfortable owning property, not just where the price looks attractive. You don't need the whole country. You need to understand one small market well enough to make a good first decision. That's where better investing starts. If the idea of limiting the search area clicks with you, I put together a free PDF called the 20-Minute Market Checklist. It's a simple, practical tool, nothing fancy, just a way to help you slow down and look carefully at your local area and avoid wasting time chasing properties that only appear good from a distance. You can grab it in the link below. And let me know about your local market area in the comments. I read every single comment. That's why I built the 21-Day Investor, to help new investors think through the property, the numbers, the location, and the risk before they get emotionally attached to a deal. As always, thank you for spending a few minutes with me. I truly appreciate you. See you in the next one. Bye.